All right, Coach, talk about the road trip, Colorado and Utah. Kind of played with both teams for a while and then just kind of lost it towards the end. So talk about those two games.
Yeah, I mean, two very good tests. Excuse me, obviously it was two teams we hadn't seen yet this year with the rotation with the Pac-12 schedule. And really saw some real bright spots, at times, and then there were some times I thought that we had some missed focuses, and it cost us. Both games, we had an opportunity to win both, and there were little runs that we didn't handle well, whether it was taking care of the basketball or getting the stops that we needed defensively. But we're continuing to improve, and I think we learned a lot from the road trip, and we're looking forward to this weekend.
Can you talk a little bit more about your young team? You have 6 freshmen. You play 5 on a regular basis, but just Leah and Mariah Cougs have still playing well. But just how is there a difference now? Do the freshmen hit a wall, or evaluate their play right now?
Well, I think the freshmen have been as good as advertised. I mean, this class has been a very, very strong class for us, and not just for Washington State, but I think when you see their numbers and what they're doing against some great competition with the preseason that we played, and obviously the Pac-12 being stronger than it's been in several years, it's pretty exciting. I think, obviously Leah gets a lot of attention as well, as she should be leading the conference in steals and scoring for most of the conference play. And I think that Mariah Cougs has come in and really had some phenomenal games for us as a backup post player, and at times has earned the right to start as a starting frontline player. I think probably what's lost in all this is the fact that Taylor Edmondson has played some very good games as well. And with the injury demise, if you will, with Tia Presley at the point guard position, Alexis Williamson and obviously Donnie have played some really valuable minutes and played very, very well at the point guard position. It's changed the dynamics a little bit in a good way, I think, with the injuries, and we've had to change up some of our offensive schemes and a little bit defensively because of the injury. But as a team, we've continued to excel and improve. But anytime the freshmen get this amount of playing time, we tell them you're not freshmen anymore this late in the season, and we expect you to play at a higher level, and you have that responsibility. And the great news with these kids is they're so competitive and they're so confident in themselves that they love that responsibility, and obviously they're doing a really nice job for us.
Talk about this week now. You welcome in the top 2 teams of the Pac-12 conference.
Yeah.
That's how you close the regular season. So what do you look to take out of this week?
Well, obviously, again, we haven't seen these 2 teams, with the luxury of the schedule being different this year, and so we've seen an awful lot of film and TV games on them, and it's important that we're prepared for them, and at the same time, don't get so caught up in them and don't over-prepare so much for what they do, and to continue to improve on what we're doing. I think the practice was very focused today, this morning, on, hey, we had some miscues here and there this weekend. Let's clean those up. We clean those up. It's a different outcome. And our players have really responded to that well all year. So, we feel very good about this team. We feel very good about the fact that we've got a lot of good basketball left in us. Obviously, we've got an enormous, I don't know if you want to say opportunity or challenge. I think it's both this weekend, but playing at home against 2 very highly nationally ranked teams, and a great way to get people out to close out our season and salute our seniors, and I think our entire team. We've sat right in the middle of the Pac-12 all year, and again, this is the best the conference has been in several years. 4 teams are for sure in the NCAA tournament right now, maybe 5. We'll see, once the tournament gets here and where all the dust settles. But for us to be in the 6th spot, 7th spot, the way we had, really speaks well to the talent on this team, the improvement this team has, and again, I think a really bright future. But we're not ready to look to the future right now. We're ready to continue to keep playing.
All conference awards and the postseason awards are starting to nominate and be voted on. So why don't you make your pitch on Leah Galdera as the freshman of the year?
Well, I think
why she should be.
Yeah, I think it's for us and for the people that had the luxury of watching her play, especially in person. Obviously, she's very talented. If you can be the leading scorer of all the freshmen in the conference and lead the conference overall as a true freshman in steals and have all the double-doubles that she's had, to start her career with 33 against Minnesota, a team that's been ranked and is doing pretty good in the Big Ten, and play against the caliber of talent that she has, it's a little bit of a no-brainer. But I don't know how much people have had the opportunity to see her as much as we have seen her. But athletically, she's as good as anybody out there. It's amazing to watch a player of her stature, because she's maybe 5'8", 5'9", but her athleticism to actually get up in the air and float. I mean, she floats with the basketball, and she can change hands in midstream, and she does a lot of amazing things. And I just think that she can do it all. She can really truly do it all, and she's a young player that I think has welcomed the competition. She has not backed down ever against any of the competition we've played this year. And she really truly wants to put the team on her back and lead them. And it's pretty remarkable to take on all that and to be able to play as hard as she plays every night.
One last thing, just in case we don't get a chance to talk to you, before next week, heading into the Pac-12 Conference Tournament being held at Key Arena in Seattle, that experience, that fan base in the Northwest. So talk about what you're looking forward to.
Oh, it's exciting.
Next week.
I mean, it's a thrill. It's a thrill to, it was best news that I've heard in years is that the Pac-12 Tournament is coming to Seattle, to Key Arena, and the reason being is that the Seattle Storm, Karen Bryant and company have taken that on. And you talk about the best WNBA franchise in the country, it's clearly the Seattle Storm. And with Karen's great vision and her guidance, it'll be the opportunity that we've never seen in this conference ever as far as a postseason conference tournament. I will guarantee you, from the time that the players touch down in Seattle, for all 12 teams, they are going to really feel like there's something very special going on, and it'll be everything will be done first class. I think that they've done a great job marketing, promoting it through the Pac-12 enterprises, as well as locally in the Northwest, and we expect to see some great crowds. And Seattle has such a great following for women's basketball and a great enthusiasm for the sport. I know they've sold a lot of tickets already, so it's the place to be. There's no doubt about it, and we're excited to get there and play in front of our Cougar fans.